I'm not sure about that. I'm sure about this though.
She begins various seductive moves.
I want it like this.
Is that all?
No. I want it like this too.
Uh-huh. Is that all?
No. And I want it like that.
So when we talk about mutuality, one of the images in the movie is the garden. And I'm wondering what's the symbolism related to the garden?
The garden in Desire's Kiss is patterned after the garden in Song of Songs. Mm-hmm. Perhaps the writer of the Song of Songs was pulling on the Garden of Eden, where the woman and the man were created equal. We in Christianity tend to take one of the creation stories and say that with the woman created from the side of the man and created second, that places her in second order. Mm-hmm. But there are alternative ways of thinking about creation. We can look at the side literally being the side, that she is alongside him, as well as in Kabbalah there is a notion that the human was created, there was one human. On one side, there was the woman, or the female, and on the other side, there was the male. And then they split apart, sort of like Siamese twins. And that is a vision of mutuality and equality that I think supports better the freedom and the justice issues of Desire's Kiss.
So I'm seeing the connection, freedom to justice, and so how does justice then inform mutuality?
In traditional Christian relationships, there's a hierarchy that the man is the head of the relationship, and that leads to power, which leads to control, which leads to oppression. Because if I can't be like you in whatever we're doing, then I am held back, I'm oppressed, and I am not free. And where I'm not free, there's no justice.
And so the elimination of the hierarchy that you talked about seems like it's going to have some impact not just on female agency, but also on the sense of male agency.
That's good, and it's something that I didn't anticipate happening either. You know, there were women after the reading that said, something's wrong with Woodson, something's got to be wrong with him, because he doesn't want to have sex with his wife. And the recent blog as well, when a woman asked for sex and he said no, you know, she starts blaming it all on, you know, her feminism comes out. She blames it on patriarchy. He's doing some kind of power play or something like that. And when, you know, the brother just didn't want to. And so that, while we're pursuing feminine agency and everything, male agency comes into it too, and we have to consider it. Because for you know, heterosexual women, that's who we're having sex with men. So I'm glad that it's coming out, because I really want the message of freedom and justice and agency to appeal to as many of us as possible. People need to see Desire's Kiss because it addresses that part of us that we neglect too much, or we suppress, or we try to control, which of course is our sexuality. And when we do that, then we'll have a greater peace about ourselves, and we won't be like the dog constantly chasing his tail. We will be solid in who we are, and that'll put to rest some of the things that we struggle with, which we all do.